there are some things I don't think you realize about yourself that you might not be clocking at this point in time. So don't worry, I'm going to remind you. If you're new here, I'm your bestie on the internet. Duh, I'm your earth angel. Without further ado, let's get into things you're not realizing about yourself at this point in time. There are so many people around you that are energy vampires, narcissists, bad friends, fake friends, frenemies, copycats. There's so many people around you that want to see you fail. There are so many people around you that want your life. As they're wanting your life, you're commiserating or even complaining or upset that there just isn't enough hours in the day. You could have recently dealt with severe burnout, or you could still be recovering from that. So, what you're going to be doing is making a list of all of the things that you would do in your dream day with your dream schedule. And you are going to add something that really brings you joy. And then you're going to make another list of what your schedule looks like on a day-to-day basis right now. You're going to compare the two side by side, and you're going to start integrating things from the new list into your life because you deserve to live this life. There are so many people that are even accomplished and successful that are looking at you like, I don't know how they get any of that done. I don't think you realize that you figure out algorithms, cheat codes, ways of doing things that other people have not clocked or are even close to. It is time for you to start gatekeeping. You are nice, you are kind, you show a lot of compassion and empathy, you want to help people. Stop that. Okay? I'm not saying don't be a light worker, don't be a counselor, don't be a teacher. I'm not saying to not do any of those things. But you know who your frenemies and your haters are, and they're only getting louder and louder and louder with the attention that they feel like they're not getting. There are people currently putting you on blast because they are salty. I said it. They're salty at the fact you have left. You are gone. You've exited the building. You are throwing brick walls. You used to throw like little crumbs, and now you're throwing brick walls everywhere you go. You are moving on. People are not forgetting it. So you are going from being the orphan to being more childlike. You most likely had to become a warrior at a very young age and had to parent yourself, father yourself, mother yourself, or take care of a lot of adult things at a very early age. So you are learning that you need to explore more balance. And in that balance, it's not paying attention to a lot of these people that want you to pay attention to them. You could be upset with yourself right now because you just made some decisions that were maybe impulsive, and you're looking at it now like, oh, did I do that to feel included? Did I do that for fear of missing out? Did I do that because I was impulsive? Like, why did I do that? And why am I not giving myself permission to experience more joy? Somebody recently tried to publicly embarrass you, and it didn't work out. But I want to talk about some of the things you don't realize right now about yourself. A lot of people try to put you on blast, and it never works. Every time people try to put you on blast, you have this super shield. You have this cloak of invisibility. You have this shield that says everything that they throw, it bounces and sticks right to them. You know, like the old saying, I am rubber, you are glue, whatever you say, bounces off me and sticks to you. That be you. So something you need to realize about yourself is people are always trying to publicly embarrass you or shame you or make you feel foolish, or they try to get a reaction out of you. People really like to try to get a reaction out of you publicly. It's like they want to catch you slipping. They want to try to manipulate you into answering something or being frantic or being in a panic or even triggering you. That is not going to happen. You are really good at exposing people immediately and clocking people's secrets. I don't think you realize that about yourself, that you do this. Maybe you think that you're like being judgmental, but no, like you're an actual high priestess, you're a seer, And you can see toxic people right out of the gate because you've been dealing with it from a very early age. You see through people that really want attention. And something that you also don't realize about yourself is that you leave at a faster rate than most. A lot of people will stay in a situation, they will stay stagnant, stuck in a busted, dusted relationship. They will keep getting on the hamster wheel. They will keep playing the karmic loop. But you choose to leave, whether it is a job or a relationship or even a family member. You are used to people hating on you, and I don't think you realize that you've done the right thing by going zero contact with a lot of people. Because I feel like maybe you feel guilt or shame, but you need to not feel any of that. Seriously. And in this healing journey that you're going through, or on this healing journey, you're going to start seeing that you did the right thing because these people wouldn't try. They wouldn't try. They didn't care. No matter how much you begged, no matter how much you pleaded, they were just going to do whatever they were going to do. And that's really frustrating. So you don't see how good you are at leaving when things just aren't working out. Like, you will give everything all you've got, and then you clock it, and you're like, all right, it's time to go. You are really good at sussing out situations, people, places, and things. You will get a bad feeling like, oh, I don't know, there's something up with this place, I need to get out of here. Or you will have a feeling that you should not go somewhere. And then if you don't listen to yourself and you go anyway, something crazy will happen. Let me give you guys an example. I was like, oh, I'm not going to go pick up packages for my business address. It's raining. I'm just going to stay home. But then a deck arrived that I really wanted to use for the channel. And I was like, oh, I'm going to pick it up anyways. So I do that, and boom, a rock hits my windshield. And I'm like, okay, Spirit. I heard you. Like, I didn't need to be pressed to do that. So you've also made it through a lot of financial mishaps, problems, theft. You have. Do you realize how much theft you have bounced back from? People trying to steal from you, copy, plagiarize your ideas. Because all the people around you, they do not want to see you doing better than them. These people have gone from admiring you to hating on you. They're like, I don't understand what's happening with them. Like, why are they glowing up? They need to stop that. I also don't think you realize how many people try to dodge you. They would rather watch you on social media. They would rather watch you online. But they don't want to have to deal with you in person. Unless it's like really crowded and they can watch you from afar. They don't want to deal with you like in this type of vicinity. Because then they have to pretend that they like you or that they're interested. And you are really starting to see where people are interested. They're not like picking up their eyes. They're not making eye contact. They're not listening. And so you're moving away. You're putting up a boundary like, okay, fake friend, I see you. You are becoming hesitant where others are becoming defensive or they're acting weird. Another thing I don't think you realize about yourself is you have bounced back from a lot of loss. You have grieved the loss of a lot of loved ones. It could be pets, people, relatives, best friends, financial loss. Like, you've gone through so many setbacks that other people wouldn't even know where to start, how to get themselves up out of that. Some of you guys could have been without a home, without a car, without a job, without a pot to literally, you know what, in. But you make it. You make it every time. And you come out stronger and shinier and just beautiful. Another thing I don't think you guys realize is people are really jealous of your goals. So what you're going to start doing is keeping those goals to yourself. Not trying to fill up space with a bunch of words and telling people things that you don't really want to tell them, you are going to be gatekeeping more than ever. Not because you want to, but because you have to. So there are people that want attention, they like copying you, they're not your friends because they don't like you, but they want to copy you. They don't want anything to do with you. They don't care for you. They don't love you, but they want to copy you. So this is why you're going to be gatekeeping more. There is a lot of evil eye on you constantly. I think because you guys are so protected, you don't see all of the effery afoot. It's like you have a high tolerance for evil eye. You have a high tolerance for evil eye. You have a high tolerance for witchcraft, spell work, spiritual, you know what? The spiritual attacks. Like, you guys really be clocking that stuff and staying prayed up, staying strapped, staying close to the divine, close to God. You at this time are clocking situations where you've trauma bonded. Because maybe these are the places where you've been or felt impulsive, or you've done things that you regret. And how you will know the places that you have trauma bonded with, this is just my opinion, it's like that place will make you feel like an ashtray, like a dirty ashtray. That place will give you the ick. These people will give you the ick. You will feel dirty when you're leaving them. I feel like that those are the people that you've trauma bonded with, or that are a conflict of interest for you to be friends with. Other things I don't think you realize about yourself is you've disconnected from so many bad habits. Seriously, you have disconnected from addiction, substance issues. You've disconnected from losing your mind, trying to be perfect, trying to be something for somebody else, trying to be a completely different person. Yeah. Like, you've gone from feeling faded, not paying attention, blacking out, drinking too much. You've overcome a lot of bad habits, and you need to give yourself a standing ovation, a round of applause, because the devil really be trying you because you are God's chosen. Like, interference gets blocked every time. Failed attempt after failed attempt, and you know that you are always having to watch your own back because you can't trust people to help you watch your own back. Or you don't have friends that can be loyal to, like, help you watch your back. So, like, if you're going somewhere with family, you know that you got to watch your own back because they're not going to help. You know, with certain people that you're hanging out with, say you can't really get rid of them, so maybe they're coworkers, you have to watch your own back because people aren't going to do anything in your defense. I don't think you realize just how many people are in love with you, even though you have a lot of haters and people that are preying on your downfall constantly. I don't think you realize how many people look up to you or crush on you or admire you and are watching you from afar that are actually, like, happy that you are who you are, that you do the most. So if you're always thinking, oh my gosh, I'm really high maintenance, I don't know why I do this, and people probably don't like this about me, and you're going to stop being so hard on yourself. So I'm going to be listing things that you don't realize about yourself that you really wake people up. This is part of your purpose, is to wake people up, including yourself. So let's say, for instance, you think you're high maintenance or you fidget a lot. You're like, I'm going to work on that. But you're also working on self-care, so you don't need to be too hard on yourself about being high maintenance because you are who you are. And I feel like people really value these things about you, that you're not some, like, high and mighty type of person that cares so much about class. Like, you are classy and filled with grace, and you have, like, these little quirks. So I wouldn't really nitpick your quirks. Like, for instance, I fidget a lot. I fidget with my hair. I just fidget. I'm super ADHD, and it's something that I can be really hard on myself about, but I'm like, you know what? I am who I am. So Another thing I don't think you guys realize about yourself is not only are you loved and admired, but you get a lot of confirmation from the universe, from the divine, from God. Like, you are very connected. I don't think you realize how well connected you are to the divine. Like besties, like on speed dial. So when you pray for something, without a doubt, you're going to be able to figure it out, because you might get decision paralysis a lot. So you're like, oh my gosh, I really didn't understand what was going on. But if I just meditate, maybe that's something you're working on. Maybe you're going to be meditating more because you're like, I need to focus. I know I'm getting the answer, but I need to trust that that's the answer that's being given. You're starting to see, like, okay, I am getting the green light. I am getting a way out of certain things, a certain lifestyle, a certain way of doing things. You are ascending. So I don't think you realize how far you've made it up out of the mud. Like, there are a lot of people that would love to switch places with you. So as you're over here being really hard about, your schedule and things that you do, other people are looking at that like, wow, I wish I could get all of that done. I really don't know how they do that. So this is a stage in your life where God really wants you to explore. Explore what you like about yourself, explore what you want to fix, and not do it in a mean way to yourself. But yeah, you're here to wake people up. This is a big part of your purpose. What lies underneath the mask, the persona? You are figuring out what lies underneath what you show people. You're like, I'm going to show them this, but what lies, like, who am I? You're really doing a lot of self-discovery and figuring out who you are. Again, big confirmation about what you like about yourself and how you're going to make your thoughts become a reality. So you're going through this ascension. You are starting to not feel bad about limiting the access that you give people. I'm seeing you learn new ways of doing things and being excited about it. Again, exploring. Going down a rabbit hole of, I'm going to change this, and getting kind of like the validation that you are on the right path to make the boundaries, to make these changes, and to not feel bad about it. I feel like that's going to be really big for you this week, of figuring out, yeah, what I decided to do was the right decision. I don't need to try to go back on it. I did do the right thing by telling them no. I did do the right thing by not negotiating with this person or going back on what I wanted to do. So you're going to stop telling people what you're up to, truly, because you're just at a stage where you're really not trusting what people say, and you have every right to feel that way. Oh my gosh, I got trust your inner wisdom. Trust your inner wisdom. If you have a friend that is trying to reconcile with you, and you know they're not like a bad person, but there's something about them like you just don't trust your inner wisdom. Maybe you're just going to be cordial, but you're not going to go out to lunch with them. I don't know. You could go a totally different route where you're like, I'm just not even going to answer the phone. But I see you really starting to trust yourself. Like, no, who am I behind this? And who do I want to really let in? Because I'm no longer going to let in people that disrespect me, that don't care, that don't listen. Yeah. It's like you're embracing compassion. So maybe normally with a friend that's trying to reconcile, you would tell them to fly a kite off a cliff. But you are going to be showing more compassion, like, you know what? I know they know that they made a mistake, but we're not there yet. We are not about to be best friends. So wherever maybe you felt like you jumped in head first, you're pulling yourself out of that situation like, we're going to evacuate. We're going to move on because that was not a good idea. Mistakes bring wisdom. Oh my gosh. Mistakes bring wisdom. I literally whoa. big, like, thank you, Spirit. This is again like you thinking that you're going to reconcile with a friend. Like, yeah, maybe I will go to lunch. And then realizing, I don't want to do that. The mistake of you doing that brought the wisdom of, yeah, that's probably a bad idea. Because I like the fact that you guys are sitting and pondering a whole lot more than you used to before. Before you would impulsively jump in, and I don't think you realize that you're not doing that the same. You're not really impulsive. You might think that you are, like, oh, I made that snap decision, and it's okay that you made a mistake thinking that you should go back to something, back to a relationship to give it a second try, back to a job to give it a second try, back, you know, like, there's a situation where you're going back and you're like, why am I doing that? That is such a bad idea. But sometimes you need time to heal and see why that's a bad idea. You need time to make the mistake of going back to see, oh, no, 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 no. We are not going to be doing that again. So forgiving yourself for making this mistake. Don't feel embarrassed either. You do things that other people couldn't even see themselves doing. So let's say it's going back to a relationship. At least you know now that, okay, I really don't want to be in that relationship. At least you know. You know that you gave it all you had and that you tried. You don't have any regrets about trying. You tried every avenue to make something work. So forgive yourself for doing it that way. Wow. That's so cool that came out. Okay. How do others see you? Image. How people perceive you is as someone who is a big deal, and they don't understand how you don't act like it more. Okay, your haters think, oh my gosh, I can't with them. But everyone else is like, oh my gosh, they could flex way more. They could be way more flamboyant. They could be way more louder. But you don't have to be the loudest person in the room. Like, you're okay with that. So we have the Six of Wands. So when I ask Spirit, how are others seeing you? Things that you don't realize is that they already see you as a celebrity. They see you as someone that has audacity to not do things that, like, you be doing things that they're just like, they would rather stay stuck. They would rather stay stagnant. But people already see you as this force to be reckoned with, and they find that very threatening and very intimidating, and other people applaud you and find you inspirational and motivational. Other people also see you as somebody that reflects. This is something that you're working on. So what I'm getting for you is you are someone that maybe used to not think before you did things. Impulsive. Now you're slowing down. So don't think for 1 second that that's impulsive. That's you reflecting. And even then, you reflect at a faster rate than others. You're like, I'm going to sit and think about this before I hurry and reply, before I hurry and answer. So you're working on not replying so fast, not answering so fast, being okay with awkward silence, being okay with silence in general. So instead of having like a resting, one of my favorite content creators said, not a resting bitch face, but a like resting silent face. Being comfortable with a resting silent face, and as people are looking at you, you keeping that eye contact a little bit longer than most people find uncomfortable. Because you're just intimidating like that. Okay, so it's time for you to stand in it. How people see you is someone that is confident, heroic. They see you as somebody that is always creating abundant opportunities out of literal thin air. Okay, you're over here thinking, oh my gosh, I need to create this and residual income, and I need to write a book, and I need to sing a song, and I need to write my album, and pause. Other people are like, they're so abundant. They have the love of their life. They have a beautiful family. They have a career. They have a calling. So we've been talking about that a lot this week. You can have a job, you can have a career, and you can have a calling. You get a lot of hate because you have a calling and you know it. Affirm it below. I have a calling and I know it. I have a calling and I am being divinely led. Another way that people see you is that family is not just your blood. Being the orphan, someone that has always had to create other family circumstances because of your own family dynamics or childhood, people see you as someone that chooses where you hang your hat. You choose to make your family the people that make you the most comfortable in being yourself. And if that's two people, then that's the only two people that you really want to be around. You are very selective at this time. You could have gone through a period where you really wanted to have a lot of friends, and maybe you even thought it was a possibility, but being a chosen one, it's like we're always going through friendship breakups, unfortunately, because when you have pretty privilege, when you have a calling, when you are chosen, when you are abundant, 444 on my timer, people are always feeling some type of way or trying to punish you. You also deal, side note, you deal with a lot of narcissists that always want to get in front of you. And what I mean by that is they want to get their smear out there so that way when you explain your side, they're like, other people that are involved don't believe you. This is something that you probably have dealt with your whole life. Narcissists always trying to get their story in front of yours, their version in front of yours. So that way when you go to explain your side, you look like the crazy one because it was already explained to them. And the people involved are like, oh, it wasn't that bad because they already told me that they did this, that, and the third. So like, you're the bad guy and you need to calm down. If you felt bad about entering your villain era, stop. You need to amp it up a notch or 5. Okay? Affirm it below. I'm ready to amp it up a notch or 5. Like F kicking it up a notch. We're going to amp it up a notch or 5. You are done being apologetic or so compassionate to these people, especially the narcissists in your family. They can spin whatever web, they can weave whatever they want. It doesn't matter because you're not trying to insert yourself to explain yourself. That is where you're taking your power back. I don't think you realize how much you've taken your power back over the last 5 to 10 years. It's making me lightheaded and emotional at the same time. You make these narcissists head spin. And they drop like flies around you. You deal with a lot of different manipulators, and it has made you a heroic force. It has made you a heroic spirit animal with wings, like really cool wings. But yeah, it's like these people, they felt like they were able to take your power by you coming in and saying, well, this is what actually happened. And now you either just don't even go around because they would love to see you, copy you, emulate you, get you riled up, trigger you, try to get a response out of you. Like, people really go above and beyond. Spirit's telling me people really go above and beyond to have a smear against you. So whenever they think they're going to see you, they amp up the smear. So you need to amp up your villain era and stop feeling bad about situations that you don't put yourself in. Like, let's say it's a family function and there are a couple of family members that really want you there and they really want your support. But you know that it is not safe for you to be there. So it's like, what do? You're like, I really want to show my support to this family member, but this is not a safe environment for me to be in. Because the first thing those manipulators and narcissists are going to do is try to get you wound up. Try to get you to hear the story, the smear campaign that they have been spreading. To to try to get you to overexert or explain yourself or your side so it can be shown as false. These people have been busy bees turning everyone against you. Busy bees changing the image and opinion of everyone and that of what they have on you or of you. So it's like, what do? You're going to amp it up a notch or 5 by saying, you know what? Access denied. I am actually not going to go around. I am still supportive. You could be supportive in other ways without having to go toe-to-toe with these Chucholinis, without having to go toe-to-toe with these Decepticons. This is a really hard lesson that I have had to learn over the last year because I'm tougher than tough. But I'm also a baby. Some of us that are like the toughest gangsters, like we also have meltdowns. Do you know what I'm saying? But I have dealt with family members where I want to go to their function, I want to go to their competition or whatever it is and show them support, obviously, but I am going to have to show support in other ways because putting myself in the line of fire, showing like I'm tougher than tough, boopity boopity boop, because I am that bitch every day of the week. Sometimes you're going to make time to be that type of villain. And then other times you're like, no, I'm not going to give them any access. Because then behind the scenes, they're getting wound up, smearing your name all over town, trying to change all these opinions, trying to get ready for when they think they're going to see you because you always show up. And you're not going to show up. And this is really going to shock them. Truly. And then instead of going into their zone, their territory, or their environment, you are going to support this other family member on your terms in your environment where you are safe and these other people are not around. That is literally, I think, the safest way to not give these people access to you. Because if you are as spiritual and as woo-woo as me, you don't need that stank energy around you. You know, and you are tough and you are strong, but sometimes, like, these people really just want to disrupt your peace. And they will only try to get more and more under your skin. And I feel like something that you're going to be working on is healing from these people before you're actually able to go around them, and that's okay. I don't think you realize that that's okay. Because it's better to be indifferent around them, not be hot-tempered, not be over-emotional. Like, I know with certain family members, like, I'm still trying to heal and I'm still trying to forgive them daily and not be around them. So I know not to go around them because I'm still going to be feeling some type of way. So it's okay to fall back and support people in another way to where you're not in their territory, you're not anywhere in their vicinity, and that way you can be indifferent from over here until you feel strong enough to be indifferent in front of their face. Period. Be cautious of those who take more than they give. Confirmation. How are people seeing you? As someone that is cautious of people that are takers, people that are chucharonis, people that are just dusties, opportunists, they're thirsties, they're rude, they're relentless. You have a lot of relentless haters because you're going places, you have a calling. And they would love to stick their leg out so you could trip over them. Or so you could, you know what I'm saying. Like, they would love for you to actually break a leg, and that ain't cool. Then we have, take a chance, for each morning is a new beginning. Another way that people are seeing you is that nothing can get you down. Even if things are actually getting you down, they don't freaking know that. They don't freaking know that. They wouldn't have a clue that, maybe this morning your dog ran away, you lost some money, you couldn't find your car keys, you and your person are going through a breakup. Like, people would never really know. They would never really know. So I just see you getting stronger and stronger and stronger. There is a discovery beginning within. Oh, I love this telescope. It reminds me of A Walk to Remember. So it's like in A Walk to Remember where everyone's looking at Mandy Moore like she's the nerd. Ew. She's like in drama club and does theater. She sings. She's the pastor's daughter. Ew. You know what I'm saying? And then I forget his name. Is his name Seth? I don't know. Whatever the dude's name is. I can't remember. The other main character is like also treating her like very standoffish, and then starts to realize like, oh, she takes every day as a new beginning. Okay, every day is a new beginning, every day is a new discovery, because she is going through something. She is fighting cancer. So she doesn't care what anybody thinks. This is where you're going. This is how people perceive you. You don't realize that you really try to be more present and to live every day like it's your last. And you might feel like you don't do it perfect, but you do a pretty good job of clocking yourself and at least trying to get there. Like, hey, I didn't do the best job at that today, but I'll try more tomorrow. And it's like when these people found out that she was living this way because she wasn't going to live forever like them and go to college and do all of these things, his friend that wanted to fight him was like, I'll help build this telescope for her. And I just thought that was just so beautiful. You are taking a chance on a new beginning. So something else that you're not seeing about yourself is you take chances where other people would rather fall all the way back. That's why you have so many spectators, because you know deep down in your DNA, in the crevice of your soul, you are here to wake people up to the life that they deserve. You are here to have a calling and to show others that they can too. Everybody has their limits, and you are starting to figure out where your limits are, and that it is okay to cry, and you don't have to do that in front of other people if you don't want to. You don't have to go places that are going to make you upset. So it's kind of like in A Walk to Remember, where they're like photoshopping her picture and putting her in this like hot babe outfit and trying to embarrass her, and she's just like total mean girl vibes and just a whole bunch of bullying. And so maybe this was you in school where you guys got bullied a lot and picked on. And so you don't have to go places where people pick on you. So even though she was really strong in her faith and in her beliefs, she still broke down and cried when they did that to her. And yeah, there's a lot of times we would love to remain indifferent, but we can't always do that. And that's what you're starting to see about yourself. So you are going to be mindful of your response by being mindful of the people you are placing yourself around. Not giving them the opportunity to make you feel less than, especially in public. I'm seeing people always want to figure out how to take an opportunity to embarrass you publicly. And that is just like not okay. You are going to illuminate your path by shining this light bright enough for others to follow. People are going to be flocking to you because you are this light with this calling, and you are destined to illuminate. You illuminate, you expose, you shine, you glow. You're like a star in the sky. You're like a candlelight. You're like the sun. You have like all of these different versions of light that help people. So it's almost like when you're the sun, you give people warmth and hope and ideas and like new beginnings. And you also expose things because not everything can like run from the sun. The sun is, pretty much always there. And then as the candlelight, you light dark paths when others feel lost, stuck, or confused. You have so many different versions of your light, and it helps people. So you are going to set your own personal limits by saying, you know what, until I feel better about how I've healed or forgiving or moving on from something, I'm not going around these people. And it's okay to make mistakes and, accidentally go around them and see like, oh, that's why this was a bad idea. Like, I'm sure, Mandy Moore, when she was being invited to like have lunch with that girl and she was like setting her up to embarrass her, I'm sure she was kind of like, what? Should I even do this? I'm sure she regretted it right after. So we sometimes need to do things so we can learn from them. So now that you've learned from that, now you're going to amp up the boundaries even more. So your villain era, it's okay. It's okay to be a villain when you need to be. These people aren't living your life. We have the Magician. You have everything you need to do anything you want. This is so important because sometimes when you're burned out, you don't realize how good you have it. Seriously. When we are severely burned out, we can't even see straight. We can't even think straight. We're not thinking like, oh, I'm the luckiest person ever. We're just severely toasted. Toasted, cooked, dusted, busted, tired. So what you're going to start doing is putting a list side by side. Okay, what would my dream schedule look like? Where would I insert something that really excites me? Now let me put side by side my list of what I do on a day-to-day basis. And comparing those two, like, okay, I could do this, and I can do this, and I can slowly integrate things that make me really happy. So maybe you guys are writing music, but you also have like a 9-to-5 and kids. So maybe you're going to write music Monday and Tuesday. And then on Wednesday and Thursday, you're going to do other things that make you happy or be with your children or be more hands-on or take them to go do things. And then on the other days, you are able to, work your 9-to-5. Or maybe you're going to change your 9-to-5 schedule and your availability. And everyone's going to make you the villain when you do that. Like, oh my gosh, you can't change your availability. Where you're going to do it. You're going to do it. I see a lot of you guys changing your schedules because the severe burnout has you in a state of not feeling grateful. And you're not about that life. You love being grateful. You love being in a state and a frequency of gratitude. So this is to show you how good you have things and how much you are actually able to fit in a day. You guys fit a lot of different things in a short amount of time. But sometimes our OCD kicks in, our anxiety, the spirit of delay, procrastination, distractions, like we just be getting distracted. So you are going to be seeing that you have everything that you need to live the life that you want right now. So let's say you've been wanting to work out. You're going to write music and work out maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you're going to work your 9-to-5. However you want to do it, I just see you changing it up and setting your personal limits, like saying, nope, I can't do that for you. And you're just waking up to what you truly want instead of, being indecisive, feeling like whatever move you make is wrong. That is simply not the case. You are finding out what lies beneath of what you really want. The 10 of Cups. Wow. Sometimes it's not all smiles and rainbows, but you deserve the smiles and the rainbows. You deserve the smiles and the rainbows. Nothing is as ever hopeless as it seems. Because you know for a fact that you've had it worse. You know for a fact that you've been through worse. You also know for a fact that there are other people that have it way worse than you. So you are going to get this burnout, this exhaustion, and overdoing it under control. So I'm seeing that Spirit wants you to know that you are safe to change up your schedule. You are safe to amp up these boundaries, because that's what's going to help you see your 10 of Cups and see the sunshine and the rainbows and the joy. Like, you are going to figure it out, and it's going to just improve your life in the best possible way, because you're maybe also wanting to get more rest. So maybe you're going to be getting meal planning, or you're going to have a family member meal prep for you or cook for you. Maybe you're going to have somebody come over to the house once a week and clean it. Whatever you guys are doing, like, you are allowed to rest, and you don't need anybody's opinion. Like, oh, you need a maid to come to your house once a week. You need to get meal prep. Like, what? Oh, you're fancy. Like, oh, you're so high maintenance. It's none of their business, because you have a calling. And as you have a calling, you also have to have a way to pay bills. You feel me? So it's not their business what you need done and how you get it done, because that ish is annoying. Like, when you have a calling, a purpose, and a 9 to 5, or you have a 9 to 5 and you create content, and if you're doing both full time, trying to put food on the table and, trying to do what makes you really happy, there isn't always a lot of time in the day. Then you have kids, you're married, or you're in a relationship, or you guys live together, or you're taking care of your parents, or you're helping your whole household financially. That is a lot. So don't let anyone make you feel bad about needing a housekeeper once a week, or having to take a day off for a cleaning day. Don't let anyone make you feel bad about having, your aunt come over to cook 3 times a week, or hiring somebody, or having somebody make meal prep. Like, ain't nobody asked them. Ain't nobody asked them. Okay, anything else for the collective? Whoa. Yeah, I see you challenging your limiting beliefs. Like, yeah, I don't know why I limit myself and think that, like, I can't do that. That would make my life easier. You're going to reprioritize what you thought before was making your life easier, and you're going to pull, like, money or energy from that, and you're going to put it over here where it can also make your life easier with this new schedule. Yeah. I see you guys taking your power back and people really not liking it. I see you really waking people up, standing in your power, taking your power back, denying access, and people freaking out. They're like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I like knowing what they're up to. I like monitoring them. I like trolling them and spying on them. It's like, no. The era that you're going to be living in is solitude, harmony, peace, and seeing that you are allowed to romanticize the moments in your life. Because as you're getting to rest, like, why aren't you resting? You're clocking yourself. Why am I not resting more? Why haven't I changed my schedule? Why haven't I done this a different way? So really putting those lists side by side. What is your dream schedule with one thing for the day that really lights your fire, that makes you so happy? It could be making bracelets, playing with toys, doing Legos. It could be anything. Putting that in your day of your dream schedule and changing the days of the week, moving things around. You're just comparing it to your list as your day-to-day is right now, is going to be like, well, psh, oh, yeah, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. So yeah, you're really going to be resting and enjoying yourself and just having so much more fun. You're like, I don't need to limit myself in this way anymore. And so you're going to be seeing where you have limited yourself. Because you're like, I need to be more present. You're also seeing, like, what doesn't help you remain present. Treat yourself to something shiny every now and again. You guys could be in a stage of treating yourself, wanting to be more soft, wanting to be more feminine, wanting to dress up more, and working through some type of limiting belief. There's a belief that challenges that with you. It could be a family member where they were like, oh my gosh, why are you so dressed up? Where do you think you're going? Boopity boopity boop. It's none of their business because that's what makes you feel good. So you're just going to start doing that. You deserve to treat yourself. Oops. Okay. And then we have tradition is important, but it doesn't have to be everything. I'm getting your schedule. You don't have to be so committed to the one way you've been doing things. It's now time to flip it and reverse it and to switch things up. Like, you know what? I don't have to be so committed to this way because it's been making me crazy. It's been making me burnt out. I just can't. I can't. You're letting go of self-imposed limitations. And then we have learn to get more comfortable with sitting still whenever necessary. I love that. Get more comfortable with sitting still whenever necessary. So this goes back to resting silence. Instead of resting bitch face, resting silence. Being more comfortable with the silence. Not saying anything to fill in the space or being the loudest person in the room. And making a lot of eye contact. You're just becoming very intimidating and people don't like it. Yeah. This is going to help you be in a constant state of gratitude. Now for the fun part, the unboxing. Okay, so this is a May. You guys pick one. We already have Mushroom Bear. He's really freaking stinking cute. I would like maybe the wolf or the dog. Maybe the wolf or the dog. Or the secret. Because I don't know what the secret looks like. Okay. Let's see what's in here. Let's see what's in here. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Oh, wait. Dun 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 dun. Wait, where's the little tag to rip it? Oh, it's over here. Dun 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 dun. Wow, what is this? Wow. I feel like it's a wolf maybe because it's got the tail. I got what I wanted. What? What? I got the wolf. Oh my gosh. You guys. Look at his little cape. I think his cape has wire in it too. Okay, let's not start with the fuzzies. I need to start bringing the lint roller out when I'm playing with these. Look how freaking cute. Wow, did his eyes move? His eyes change. Whoa. Wow, I like these ones. And then we've got plain. But this comes off too. Look at his little tail. Oh my gosh, you guys. He's so cute. Look at his little buttons. We're going to have to lint roll you, little bunny, because he's just so fluffy. Yeah, his cape has wires in it. What? So I want his cape to be like this. But this also comes off. And they also have little loops, I think, on the side of them. They have like little loops where you can like hook on something, but like, look at his little feetsy. Oh my gosh, how freaking cute. And then look at this. So his cape can also go like up. Not that we need it to, but that is so cute. And look at the little like, wow, he is the succulent wolf. That is so cute. Okay, hold on. I am so excited because in the other series, so this is a May Neverland Symbiote Neverland. But I really want the bat in the Dark Forest series, and he is really similar to the bat in the Dark Forest series. So we have more of these little guys coming. They're so cute. Oh my gosh, he's adorable. He's like a little Dracula. Okay, let's get you guys some affirmations. Okay, I honor my feelings and nurture what needs to heal. So have you been feeling crabby? Have you been feeling like a homebody? You're like, I don't want to go around people. You guys could be a Cancer, moon, sun, or rising. You don't have to be, but it's just extra confirmation that something has been making you cranky. Something has been making you crabby. I'm hearing Krabby Patty. There's a lot of people that want your Krabby Patty formula, and you ain't giving it, okay? You're not giving it. I honor my feelings and nurture what needs to heal. Okay, affirmation number 1. What is the second affirmation that we need? Guidance of the tiger. I embrace my sensual side and honor my true divine nature. So this is about how you dress up, how you show up for yourself, and challenging that belief that you can't do that. That it's doing too much. It's too over the top. Like, why would you do that? I know so many people that have liked to talk to me that way. I'm like, I used to go like really dressed up to my husband's softball games, and people would be like, oh my gosh, where does she think she's going? Prom? Don't get mad that I came looking like a snack. Just kidding. But not kidding. Insert villain era. We have guidance of the deer. I am gentle with myself and release all blame and shame. Yes. I always had a lot of shame from how I was treated when I was younger. So when I would do things for myself, I'm like, I didn't know how to stay in that too long because I would start to feel bad. So all of these narcissists, like, I just can't. Like, you have come so far. Guidance of the parrot. I allow myself to receive support by expressing myself clearly. I also don't think you guys understand how far you've come with how you communicate, how you wait to respond. I feel like you do think that you could do a better job, but that doesn't mean that you're not already doing really great by acknowledging it. You're like, I am going to allow myself to receive support by delegating, by expressing myself clearly. Okay, let's get 2 more. We have guidance of the unicorn. I allow innocence and delight to lead me. So that is back to putting that thing that delights you in your new dream schedule. Allowing innocence and delight to lead you. Something that really just lights you up and brings you joy. I'm also seeing that you're going to be getting really creative at solving problems. The way that you look at the problem is the same way that the problem is looking at you. And so you're just going to be handling things a lot differently. And then last but not least, we have guidance of the frog. I embrace my voice and honor life's transitions or traditions. Transitions. I embrace my voice and honor life's transitions. Oh my gosh, can I hold on to this? I love that. Okay. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Don't forget to drop your favorite affirmation, hype up this video, smash the you know what, hit the bell, duh. You don't want to miss out. And all important links are in the description box. Just thank you guys. I love you so much. Bye.
2,000 years later.
How cute he is. Look at his little vampire eyes. I don't know which ones I like more. These eyes or these ones. If you guys made it all the way to the end of this video, let me know which eyes you like more. His vampire eyes or his light eyes, like his wolf eyes. His wolf eyes or his vampire eyes. Okay. I feel like these are the more like wolf eyes. And I feel like the other ones are his, I feel like these are his vampire eyes. I don't know. You guys let me know though. We'll take a vote. They're so cute. I'm obsessed. Okay, let me get out of here. I've got some more unboxings coming, so you guys stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.